so excited that you have joined me today. My name is Linda Katherine Smith-Jones. I am the author of Phonetic, Reading with Silent Elephant E. It's a reading program for all learners of any age, preschoolers to adults. The origin began 34 years ago when I discovered that my daughter, who was then 3 years old, was dyslexic. I'd always had a passion for helping children with learning differences, and then when I discovered my own daughter had a learning difference, I really wanted to find the very best way to teach all of my children and write an excellent reading, writing, and spelling program. So I want to thank my daughter, my students, my husband for being my guinea pigs all those years to help me actually write this amazing reading program. And I want you to know that my daughter now is a graduate of Cal Poly San Luis Obispo in landscape architecture, and she actually graduated magna cum laude even though she's dyslexic. So I think that also speaks to the excellence of my program. So today, what I'm going to do is to tell you about the program design. To tell you about my program then, it has 1,825 pages in 14 lightweight spiral bound books. So if you have 14 of these books, the spiral bound makes it easier for handling. You can open the pages easily. You can lay it on the printer and print anything that you need. And so I think it's a great way to print. Included are many initial and ongoing assessments. There are also 44 posters, and those are instructional posters. They're beautiful colors and they're educational, they're wonderful. I'll talk to you more about those later. There also, in my reading program, is one picture book included to help you teach the magic of consonant digraphs. And I'll talk to you more about that later also. Also within my program, there are 120 instructional videos, one for every single lesson. And I'll talk to you more about those later also. Each lesson in my program is easy to use. When you open the book and you read the directions, they are what I call cookbook directions. They're clearly written step by step, telling you exactly what you need to do to achieve our learning outcomes for our children. We want excellence. Silent Elephant E meets Common Core curriculum standards. Silent Elephant E uses best practices by teaching using the whole body and multisensory lessons, requiring deep thinking skills, which is extremely important for learning. Silent Elephant E is a powerful learning program. I think it is truly the best reading, writing, and spelling program out there. All children must be successful in phonemic awareness. So that is part one of my program, phonemic awareness. Phonemic awareness enables children to hear and be aware of the individual sounds of phonemes in words and to manipulate those individual phonemes to ultimately read with fluency and automaticity, exactly what we want. Because phonemic awareness is the foundation for success in reading, Silent Elephant E begins with phonemic awareness part 1. That can be used individually with one of your children, or your whole family can enjoy playing the games together. So Silent Elephant E begins by assessing the provided phonemic awareness assessments. So within the book, there are the assessments that you will need, and those assessments will identify each of your children's acquired phonemic awareness skills, what do they already know, and their developing phonemic awareness skills, and they'll let you know what do you need to teach. So after the assessments are finished, you will begin lesson 1. There are 47 lessons in part 1. They start with vowel consonant words, and then they move to consonant vowel words, then consonant vowel consonant. So we're moving from just 2 sounds now to 3 sounds, and then they'll be moving to consonant consonant vowel consonant or consonant vowel consonant consonant, which means we're now moving to 4 sounds, which might have a blend at the beginning or the end, or a digraph at the beginning or the end. And then the last few lessons conclude with consonant consonant vowel consonant consonant words, which are 5 sounds now, which begin with a blend at the beginning or the end. And so we move then from children being able to manipulate sounds by isolating 2 sounds, all the way to 5 sounds, blending just 2 sounds to 5 sounds, segmenting the sounds, taking them apart, matching, does this sound the same to you as this one? Substituting, switching the sounds, reversing the sounds, so like cat is tack, and also rhyming. So it's a very thorough, complete, organized program. Children indicate the phonemes they hear as they have fun moving colored squares. And the games are this little caterpillar game and this train game. And they'll have fun moving colored squares on these games to indicate the sounds they are hearing in the words. This ability to connect sight, the color of the squares they're going to move, to sound is an important first step. I'm going to say that again because it is so important. The ability to connect their eyesight when they move the colored squares to the sounds that they hear, the individual sounds in the word, is an important first step for all children to begin their journey to becoming successful, independent readers. Children love the consistency of using the same caterpillar and train games and the same playing pieces. This consistency gives them confidence because they know what to do. And then they will be attentive and willing and eager to try even more difficult tasks with each lesson. Using best practices, students share and compare their colored squares arrangement. So once they have their colored squares on their game board, they will talk with you or their partner and tell you or their partner, why did I put these colors? What do these colors stand for? Did the colors show that the sounds were the same or the sounds changed? They will explain their thoughts, and that is called metacognition, and it's extremely important. Ongoing assessments will be provided while your children play the games with you. You will be able to offer precise, explicit remedial instruction if they need it. I've had some children need a lot of extra help. It depends. Every child is different, and their learning differences and styles are different. So my book provides all the materials you need for everyone, and you will feel very confident in the choices and decisions you are making. So once this crucial, strong foundation of phonemic awareness is accomplished, children will continue their cognitive connections from a phoneme, so they're listening to that sound, to a letter name. They'll start associating, oh, the sound of T, that's the letter T. And then they'll start forming connections between saying, that's the letter T. What does the letter T look like? What's the shape of that letter? And they'll be able to visualize that shape. And then they'll start writing those letters. And then pretty soon they'll go from writing those letters to writing those letters in words. And that's when they're going to go, aha, I get it now. Words are made of individual sounds, and those individual sounds and letters put together, they make words that make sense. Then they are actually ready for phonics. I'll talk about phonics in just a minute, but first I wanted to talk to you about my part 2 of my book. Part 2 of my book provides an array of assessments that you can use to assess your child's phonemic awareness skills and phonics skills. Where are they right now? Where do you need to take them? There are complete and thorough directions. They're provided for you so you will know exactly how to administer the assessments, how to give the assessments, and then the directions will guide you in evaluating your child's performance to help you as a teacher. Some of the assessments that are included are Phonemic Awareness Assessment Part 1 and 2, so that's in both books. There's letter name assessments and letter sound recognition assessments, a rhyming assessment, the San Diego Quick Assessment, which is great for getting a quick answer to where they are as far as word recognition. There are many oral reading inventory assessments, so you can again find out where your child is in word recognition, in comprehension in a story. And there are sight word assessments and a spelling assessment. Kind of as a sidetrack, I'd like to share with you a couple suggestions for when you are administering assessments. Children should not feel like they must hurriedly respond to your questions, as these assessments are not timed. I do not believe in timing assessments when our goal is to find out what skills does the child have and what do we need to teach that child. Everyone should relax and have a good time, be proud of what they know, and be excited about what learning is coming next. When you're giving assessments, be sure to do the example questions so that you are certain that your child understands the directions. As soon as you administer the assessments, discuss the assessment results with your child using a positive, reassuring voice and words. Celebrate everything your child already knows and describe to your child, now that you know what they need to learn, you are going to have so much fun teaching them what they need to learn, and they're going to have so much fun learning with silent elephant E. So those are just some suggestions for assessments. Assessments are very important. Upon completion of phonemic awareness, or sometimes children are ready for phonics even though they haven't finished all of part 1. So some students I teach, I go all the way through part 1 before I start the phonics part. Some students, maybe after about 4 or 5 lessons, they're kind of going like, oh, I get this, I get what this is. Then they're ready to start phonics. So again, I have pages in there for you to read to give you some information to make your decision. So then when they're ready to start phonics, which is, by the way, proven to be the best way to teach reading, you can begin using parts 3 through 14. All of the phonics rules in my reading program are precisely organized, systematic, and progressive. One skill builds upon the other. And then the children will gain a strong foundation in phonics. Some of the skills, not all the skills, but some of the skills covered in my reading program are of course, short vowels, consonant digraphs, consonant blends, prefixes and suffixes, vowel digraphs and phonograms, parts of speech, dividing words into syllables, and more. My program is complete and meticulously organized to ensure student success. It is the only program that you will need to ever purchase to help preschoolers to adults to learn the mechanics of reading. To make the abstract, vague phonics rules. Phonics rules are they are abstract, they're vague, what are you talking about? We want to make each one of those rules clearly conceptual. We want them to have a picture in their mind of what the rule is about, and then they will understand it and comprehend it. Then they will succeed. So in every one of my lessons, there are colorful, visual, kinesthetic, concrete methods using stories, plays, puppets, magic, games, and tangible items such as food and clay and personal drawings and personal writing. Therefore, children learning with silent elephant E utilize all 5 of their senses and their whole body to understand the relationship of a phonics rule to how we apply it in reading words. You will begin each phonics lesson with one of those fun, exciting, multisensory, memorable learning experiences. Following participation in this initial activity, children are partnered with another child. Perhaps one of your children can work with another sibling, or maybe you and a friend are co-teaching and another child can be partnered with your child, or you would make an awesome partner for your child too. So using best practices, children will turn to their partner and explain their thought processes. Why are they doing this? Why are they using this color? Why are they doing this on their worksheets? And their partner will actively listen to their partner's thoughts, and then vice versa. The partner will share their thoughts, and this culminates in an exciting educational discussion where both children, or you and your child, are learning and doing these partner practice worksheets together. Parts 3 through 14, the phonics part of my program, provides everything that you as a parent educator requires to expertly teach phonics skills. I promise you, everything is there. You will be able to expertly teach phonics skills. And then I want to also tell you that the lessons, besides all those fun activities, they include a leveled word list with every phonics lesson. You can use that for reading and for spelling. It's awesome. And I said before, my directions are definitely cookbook detailed directions. They will guide you so you don't have to have any concerns. I have heard many parents express their difficulties and their concerns in meeting the needs of all of their children. Maybe they have a younger child that's just learning to read, or another child that's got a got a foundation a little bit there, but still is learning more things. And then maybe they have an older child that's farther and more accelerated. Well, Silent Elephant E is leveled to meet the needs of each and every one of your children. So by meaning it's leveled, every single lesson provides practice worksheets and skills at a beginning level. That's level 1. You'll see it on the papers. It's L1. And then it introduces, the level 1 papers are very introductory to that phonics rule. There are level 2 papers which develop the vocabulary and develop the independence of that phonics rule with your child. And then there are level 3 papers, which are multisyllable words that are much more advanced for more independent readers. And so you can introduce one phonics lesson and provide materials and practice for all of your children. So each of these 3 levels contain these partner practice pages, and they are very thoughtfully designed. I have controlled the reading and the spelling vocabulary on each level, and I've controlled the vocabulary sentences for comprehension. And there are enrichment activities that you can provide each of your children if you would like to do that. As your child's progress is being continually assessed, you will be able to see how are they advancing. Do you need to reteach anything? Do they understand everything? You will be able to meet their individual needs. You will know exactly what you need to do as a teacher. That is extremely important to me, your success as an educator. And you will know when your child has mastered a skill and you can move to the next lesson. Besides the actual reading program then, Silent Elephant E has 3 essential supplemental products that I introduced a bit at the beginning that I'd like to share with you now. First, there are 44 educational posters. So this is my first poster, which is shows you like the content of the program, and Silent Elephant E uses colors. So we use blue for blends, and we use red for vowels, and so on. And you'll learn all those, and it's really fun, and it really helps children learn. So that's my first poster. I have posters for all short vowels. This is one of my favorite ones for short E. The sound, here's an enchilada, because look, when you fold up an enchilada, it looks like an E on the side. So enchilada. Another fun one I have is when I introduce the suffix ed. Ed has 3 different sounds, and this is the cupcake story, introducing that. The children remember this poster. They love the picture. We talk about what kind of cupcake is their favorite. They never forget this. It's awesome. Another phonics rule is long double O. And this is my zoo train. And when you get this, if you happen to notice, there's a problem with this train. If you see that porcupine, my children never forget the long double O sound. So children learning with Silent Elephant E draw upon their 5 senses, their whole body, to understand the relationship of a phonics rule to how it's applied in reading. And so there are several phonics rules on the posters. I use bright, vibrant colors that will further activate their brain. And each poster has a story or a skit, a puppet thing. They use their whole body, some activity to go with it. So they love the posters, they love the activity. And again, this is going to help them let that vague, abstract, intangible concepts of phonics go away. Let that abstractness go away, and instead they're going to develop something very tangible that they can hold on to and hold on to in their memory. It's going to make sense and they won't forget. So one day when I was teaching Janie, she demonstrated her knowledge by just in the air, she was taking her finger and drawing this digital number 2 with the vowels on it. Janie was able to trace this just in the air and notice if the vowel was on the hard or soft side, and then she was able to very quickly read the word. And another one of my students, I'll tell you about Alex, he actually taught his whole classroom in school. So he became the teacher. He drew from memory all 6 of these pictures for the 6 sounds of OU. And he's told me he was so proud. He said, Mrs. Jones, I helped all of my friends in my class learn all these 6 sounds of OU. He was so proud. So another supplement of my program is my beautiful educational picture book called My Awesome Grandma. Just like my posters, My Awesome Grandma is not just a pretty face. I wrote this picture book to engage children in a fun, educational, magical story, promoting instant recall of consonant digraphs, because consonant digraphs are magical. I wanted them again to take that vague concept of a consonant digraph and make it tangible, make it theirs. It can be confusing to little children when they've learned all the sounds of the alphabet in kindergarten to suddenly say, okay, we're going to put two letters together and it's going to make a whole new sound. Well, if you have some fun with this book and with my lessons, you will see that children will understand the magic of consonant digraphs. And when I thought about that, I thought, I've got to write this book. So I hope you and your family will have fun with the book and enjoy reading it time and time again, not just for consonant digraphs. My third supplement to my program is the 120 instructional videos, one for each lesson. I made them just for you. So when you're preparing a lesson that you want to teach your child quickly and easily on a particular day, just pop in the video. You will see me teaching the lesson to my brother-in-law. He was my guinea pig. He also is a teacher, so we had fun together. Even people using the videos have said to me that they just love the videos because they're so informative and so helpful and genuinely fun to watch. You will love the ease of using the videos and the time the videos will save you in preparing your lessons. There you have it. That is my complete phonemic awareness and phonics program for preschoolers to adults. Truly, you will not need to purchase any other materials to teach phonemic awareness, phonics, and spelling for preschoolers to adults. Once your child understands the mechanics of reading, writing, and spelling, you and your child can enjoy reading literature and writing creatively together. You will be able to experience success immediately. How fast children learn with Silent Elephant E. Just 2 months, they advance 1 full grade level. You will be able to continuously assess your child's progress in their continuum of learning. You will be able to move at your child's pace. Sometimes I tell my children, we can go at your pace. We can go fast or we can go slow. It's the gift of time, your time. You will be able to meet their needs from where they are and guide them to become strong, successful, independent readers, writers, and spellers. I have changed the lives of many, many children, from kindergartners to high schoolers. I am proud that I have written Silent Elephant E and proud that I wrote it in such a way that it's easy for everyone to use to help learners with or without learning differences. Thank you for joining me today. If you have questions, please email me at silentelephante, so it's just the name of my program, silentelephante@gmail.com. If you would like to visit over the phone, please tell me that in your email, as I would love to visit with you, and give me a good time to call. I'll call you whenever I'm not tutoring. Please visit my website too. It's at silentelephante.com. I hope while you're there you'll enjoy visiting the many testimonials that are on my website. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.